Welcome back to another auction video. I'm at Historics today at Farnborough Airfield. There's a fantastic array of cars if you look in the video behind me, including this bright green Land Rover. Look at how fantastic that looks. So we're going to do a category today called 30,000 Daily Driver Alternative. I'm going to do a pick of cars, see what there is, and then vote which car I think I'd probably buy. So my first pick for Daily Driver Alternative, and just to be clear, I'm not actually going to swap my 5 Series that I've got currently, but this would be a very strong contender. This would just take it up the power level a little bit. This is an M5, I think it's 2014, this car, guided at 24,000, 77,000 miles. It's got a little bit of mileage on it, but it had a full engine rebuild. Which it does make you worry why these cars, it seems that many M5s have engine rebuilds. This one's been remapped up to 750 horsepower. Sports exhaust, let's have a quick look around the back there. Monte Carlo blue, which I think you can see is a beautiful colour. I do like the colour. Yeah, the exhaust is pretty significant. I think you can get, I could probably climb up that exhaust. Yeah, that is nice. So I own a 5 Series at the moment. It's fantastic format for my family, 2 kids, wife. There's enough room to get 3 suitcases in the back. So if I was going to get another daily driver, I think something like this would be, I mean, I wouldn't even have to test it to make sure it's like will fit in there. It would fit perfectly, and that's pretty cool. Look at a very quick look at this BMW 635 CSI. It's guided at £42,000, the upper reserve. I think it has, let's just double check, I think it's 49,000 miles, recently restored. You can see the condition of it, looks fantastic. We'll just jump inside. Always feels naughty getting inside a car. Yeah, that feels nice. They're funny, it's automatic, that's a shame. They're funny cars because that's my arm stretched out. I can just touch the dash. They are, everything's a long way away, it feels. But it's very clean, very German feeling. Really nice, and these pillars, the A pillars and B pillars, are super simple, really thin, get a very light, airy feeling. Full leather, so leather ceiling as well. Leather dash, leather doors, leather seats, even the leather down the middle here, all around here. Steering wheel, of course. Yeah, it's very nice. And they're very clean at the back as well, really simple exhaust design, just twin pipes coming out the centre. I think it's just slightly offset actually. A little tiny tail spoiler. I'm guessing they're different wheels, they look like Alpina wheels to me, quite chunky size as well, aren't they? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they're Alpina. End spoke, I don't know, I'm not going to count up how many spokes there are. Bodywork looks good, little scuff here. You can just see that perhaps. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. Check the door shuts. Not for me anyway. Yeah, it's a very clean looking car, really nice. Really nice condition. So the second car I've picked is this other M5, funny enough. This is quite a unique car. This is a M5 Performance. It's one of 30, so BMW only made 30 of these. And I believe there's only 10 in Japan red, which is what this is presented in. And it's a strong red. I don't know if it comes out on the camera, but it's a really nice colour. I don't usually like red cars, but I think that looks really good. It certainly stand out. This car is, let me look at my numbers. So it's guided 25,000 estimate, 37,000 miles, so pretty good mileage. Interior looks good as you'd expect, a little bit of wear on the seats. Oh, there's even a sticker there, look, you can see, not a sticker, like a etching of the uniqueness of the car. So let me have a look down my notes. So this had an engine rebuild 2 years ago, which is a little bit worrying for such low mileage. I don't know why that would be. 4.4 litre V8, 550 horsepower, twin turbo. They do about just under 4 seconds to 60, about 190 miles an hour. So that is a pretty strong daily driver, I think you could call that. So just walking through, looking for my next daily driver. So there's obviously an E-Type 2+2. Is that a Series 3? They've got an Audi Quattro there, SL Mercedes, looks like a Jag Mark II. Let's have a quick look. Oh, they've not got a label on it, typical. So that's a 996 Turbo that's been done up as a GT2. I think it had a really low guide. I'm not sure I've got it on my list, but it's guided at something like, it's sort of high 20s, which I think the amount of work the guy's done to it is a shame, but obviously it puts a lot of people off. It does look pretty cool though, doesn't it? I would have to take that back to original, I think, personally, but he's done a decent job with it. Then moving on, we'll be coming to some of those later. There's a nice DB7 there, it's very pretty, isn't it? There's a nice Ferrari. Is it 456, isn't it? Not very good at my Ferraris. Wow, strong blue. Yeah, very pretty. Finally found it. So it's the third car on my list is this Aston Martin Rapide. And that is a beast of a car, isn't it? So that is guided at 32. So, okay, that is slightly outside of my budget. I said 30. Beautiful interior. Comes out a little bit stronger on camera. It's a bit more browner than it looks on the camera. Let me have a look. 54,000 miles. That colour is called Black Q-Storm. No, Q Black Storm. Can't even pronounce it. To me, it just looks black, if I'm honest. 5.9 litre V12, 470 horsepower, about 5 seconds to 60, and a top speed of about 188 miles an hour. Now that, I think, that would be an extreme daily driver. Certainly could get the family in. I don't know what it would do about luggage, because I need to go to the airport every now and then, so I do need to be able to get some suitcases in. I assume that would be fine. Yeah, it's a bit of a boot, but yeah, I like that. That would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? This is another contender for my daily driver alternative. It's a M5 Touring, so the estate version. I can't remember why I just excluded this one. I think the mileage is a little high, or the price, I can't remember now. But I mean, they are a weapon, aren't they? I'm not a huge 944 fan, but when they're presented like this, they do look quite special. It's the compactness of it. Look how small it is. I don't know if you can tell, but it is minute. It's got fantastic teledial wheels as well. But yeah, they're so miniature. Compared with the 928 I've got, they're just really cute. This looks pretty good condition as well. I mean, bodywork wise is really nice. Curious what it's like underneath. Let's have a look. It's C registration's an 83, I think. You probably can't tell much, but that is very clean underneath. Looks like it's been dry stored. I've not actually done any research on that car. It's just here, and I thought worth looking at because it's so tidy. And the last of my daily drives is this fantastic Jaguar XJR. Now that is in indigo blue metallic, which I think you can probably get. It's a pretty unique colour there. It's 4.2 litre V8, puts out about 420 horsepower. So 0 to 60 is just under 5 seconds with top speed limited to 155. Interior looks very good. Yeah, very nice. And a good boot. You know, if I'm putting in the argument to get suitcases, that has got a big boot on it. That is going to be a lot of fun, that car. Now anyone that knows me knows that I'm not a big Audi fan. Something started up in the back there. I think it's about here, maybe that M3, can't tell. I'm not a big Audi fan, but this is a Quattro, so I should include it. It's a Quattro UR, so if someone can tell me what UR means, that would be super useful. Guided at 44 as the upper reserve. Paintwork looks a little bit dodgy. Nice big flared arches, so that's instantly appealing to me. Interior looked good. Let's just jump in, scooch in. Cool, it's got that really like, I don't know what year this is actually, but 80s sort of plasticky smell, really strong. I guess they've sort of been over this with some cleaner. 85,000 miles, nice clean dash, very clean actually inside. Some switches to play around with the four-wheel drive system, I think. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. The velour is certainly something interesting. There's some, I was just reading the instructions to start it, so it clearly got a little bit of an engine problem going on. But yeah, it's quite interesting. You can see it's sort of a brown interior. It's quite a strange colour. 4 usable seats. I think it definitely needs a bit of a clean up, bodywork wise. There's nothing awful, although I can see a lot of rippling down here. Look, in this wheel arch, you can probably see that. So a lot of rippling just here. Paint doesn't look good. Yeah, same story here actually. So I don't know whether someone's sort of forgotten it has big arches on it or something, but that's been hit a few times there. So what would I pick? We've got the blue BMW here, another blue BMW M5 here. Right over there was the XJR and the Rapids up the back there. I think if I'm being honest, I'm tempted with this because of the sheer amount of power. But I think, and despite it being red, which isn't my favorite color, I think I would probably come in for this. I like the uniqueness of it. I like the fact that, you know, there's hardly any versions out there. It's actually open, so we can have a quick look inside. Let's jump in and drive her home. Ooh, ooh, scooch in. The dials will come up. Yeah, oh, I can actually show you that a bit more now. I don't know if it's going to focus on it. There's a little bit temperament about what it focuses on, isn't it? I think the blackness, if I put my finger there, it'll probably help it a little bit. But 1 of 30. Yeah, this is very nice. That'll be a lot of fun, I think. So there you have it. I would be taking this car home. I won't be taking this car home because I haven't got whatever it was, £25,000 laying around. But if I was going to replace my 5 Series, I think unfortunately I'd go get another 5 Series. This M5 would be ideal for me because I think there's some residual value in it. If that's the right word. I think it's going to go up in value, or it won't drop quite so quickly as every other M5 out there because of its uniqueness. Very low mileage, had an engine rebuild, which is a little bit worrying. Why all these M5s have rebuilds, but maybe that is just how they are. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool car. So anyway, I'll wrap the video up there. Hopefully you like that. As ever, like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time.